Hey, welcome to another episode of MTME. I'm Marcos.
I'm Andy, just two regular dudes giving you TV and movie reviews.
Nice. That came off the top. Anyway,
Rolled,
rolled. Yeah. Hey, so we're episode 5. Can't believe we're still here, but we're making it.
Yeah, we're really excited because we thought maybe by the end of the month we'd have like 100 subscribers, and we have almost 500 subscribers, you guys. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for helping us to grow the channel for sure. Yeah, it's amazing. It's crazy to see the spike in our views and seeing how this is all growing. Yeah, but yeah.
Yep. And we even had a fan. Shout out to Logan and the Garcia Corona family. They gave us popcorn and candy for our show
Go
today.
and pull it up on screen.
There we go. Popcorn.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Logan.
Thank you.
Yay. It's almost already gone too. So.
Yeah. The TV show we're watching this week is Hunters on Amazon Prime. Yeah, the show's about kind of Nazi Germany and how it's been 30 years post World War II, and there's a small group of Jewish survivors that are hunting down the Nazis, and they're hiding kind of in plain sight in the United States.
Right.
And that's pretty much the whole premise of the show. But first impressions from you, Andy. Well, let's talk about season 1.
Yeah, season 1 I really, really enjoyed. My problem, I think, right now is that it's been 3 years since we had the first season, and now we're into season 2.
Yeah.
But season 1, I agree. You jump things off really good. It takes place in the 1970s. You've got this group of people that have been brought together by Al Pacino's character to basically try to search out these Nazi officials that escaped. And the focus of season 1 is basically to try to take out the Nazi officials that were hiding within the American government. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of cool. So season 1, they did that. They brought this whole thing to a full circle. And at the end of season 1, Al Pacino's character is killed off. So
yeah, if you haven't seen the show, there's a big spoiler at the end of season 1. And we're going to just try to talk about what's going on in the show, but not necessarily give any spoilers if we can help it.
Right.
So, but yeah, like the first season I thought was amazing. The cast, the characters, the scenarios that they would put the characters in was awesome. I thought very believable. Like it starts off with Al Pacino, and he has a kid he's kind of mentoring into
Logan Lerman,
mm-hmm. and into the group of the hunters that hunt the Jews. And like I think one of the first kills he does or that he helps out with is that toy maker in the toy shop, right? And the fight with that was very realistic. The boy was struggling to help kill the guy, and Al Pacino has to help him, and I really like how they just kind of they ground the universe and not the superhero like fantasy
exactly
thing. Yeah, they kind of keep things.
And I think they did a really good job of creating this team that you began to like and enjoy. I mean, you've got Carol Kane and Josh Radnor and Jerika Hinton and Mulvaney, Kate Mulvaney, are all on this team, and they all play these different characters that have been brought together by Al Pacino. So they've got to learn how to mesh together and work together in season 1 too, mm-hmm. in season 1 as well. So that, I think, for me was a big part of why I really enjoyed season 1.
Yeah, no, season 1 is definitely awesome. And that brings us to season 2. So season 2, we started watching it this weekend. At least I started watching this weekend.
Too.
And so far my thoughts are a little bit changed from season 1. It seems a little far-fetched. They've really upped the scale on the action and what the characters are capable of doing. I know there's been some time in between season 1 and season 2 in the timeline, but it almost seems like they're like Navy SEALs now. Like the characters are just running and gunning, and there's so many things going on, and they're like super spies, like 007. So it's kind of, for me, it's kind of taken me out of the show a little bit to where it's hard to believe that these people are actually doing like these ragtag group of characters are now these elite killers. And
right,
yes.
And I agree. And they've gone from before they were looking for the Nazi officials, trying to weed them out of the American government.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're pretty much searching the globe in search of Adolf Hitler. Is he alive? Is he out there? They think he is. They want to find him. They want to take him out. And you also introduce Jennifer Jason Leigh's character, who, when she first was introduced, I thought, I was kind of intrigued by this character. But now I don't know. I haven't really made up my mind whether or not I feel like her character was needed, how how it's all going to play out. I haven't finished watching it all yet, but so far, I mean, she's a great actress. But I don't know. I agree. Parts of it are just disjointed. You have this period of time, especially the first couple episodes, where you're going back and forth a lot between like this 5-year period of time. So you're going back 5 years, you're going forward 5 years, you're going back 3 years, you're going forward 5 years. So it's kind of, you have to really pay attention to where you are and what's happening.
Yeah, it's telling the story of Al Pacino's character before he had created this group of this team together. Mm-hmm. So they're kind of going back because they really don't want to explain that in season 1 how the team was formed, but that's what they're doing in the past timeline, and then now and they have the current timeline. But yeah, her character, who was the sister or the character that the latest addition to the cast,
Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Yeah.
I think her character was kind of miscast, or that was miscast because she's so much younger.
Yes, she is.
Than the rest of the senior cast of the show.
Yeah, she's supposed to be Logan Lerman's aunt, and in season 1, Logan Lerman's mother was killed off, but she was much older.
Right, it's a great,
great
aunt.
Yes,
so
great aunt, and so now it's Jennifer Jason Leigh. I don't know. Of course, Logan Lerman has aged as well. He looks a lot different than he did in season 1.
Yeah.
Now they've got him with the full beard and the hair.
Yeah. I think he still has a baby face under that. Like, that's why they have to have the hair. They kind of age the character forward a little bit. But yeah, the whole second season just kind of seems they don't know where to take the story in certain areas, and now they're going after the big bad boss of Adolf Hitler. But it's still an entertaining show.
I think they're relying a lot, maybe too much, on Logan Lerman's character. I really like Logan Lerman. I think he's a great actor. I mean, he's started years ago in Percy Jackson, and then he's been in Fury, Perks of Being a Wallflower. I mean, he's been in a lot of different movies, and I really liked his character in season 1. I don't know if I feel the same. I'm not really enjoying his character as much in season 2.
Right, you're not really rooting for him right now.
Yes, that's it.
In the first season, you're definitely rooting for his character to succeed. So yeah, it's yeah. So if we were to give an off rating for season 1, I would probably have given it like an 8.
I think I would have given season 1 an 8 as well.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But going into season 2 and the episodes that I've watched so far, I'm probably going to revise my score to maybe like a 6. The show seems very average and over the top now.
I'm right there with you. And then we have this episode that I think it's 6 or 7, I'm not sure. But there's one episode that all of a sudden then has nothing to do with the rest of the story that we're seeing.
Yeah. And so they lead you down this weird path of these older characters in a house that's very elaborate, and it's a very beautiful house. But the whole episode, if you've seen the episode, you know what we're talking about. How the majority of the episode has nothing to do with what's going on, and so we're waiting to find out what happens next with the last couple of episodes.
I do think my favorite episode though has to be episode 3. And, being Riverside, California native boys, it was very cool to see episode 3 is almost entirely filmed at the Mission Inn.
Yeah.
So, the outside scenes, when I saw the outside scenes, I thought that was going to be it.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's the inside scenes with the restaurant, there's the elevator. So it's pretty cool to see the Mission Inn being used as this hotel that's supposed to be somewhere in Spain, I believe.
Right, somewhere, Spain, yeah. But yeah, if you're in Riverside, go check out the hotel, and if you see this episode, you'll definitely be able to pick out which shots were made in the show.
There's even a fight. There's even a fight on the Mission Inn balcony.
Yeah. So, that's pretty awesome.
But so now, I'm sorry. So we said we would have given it an 8. So you think you'd be settled on a 6?
Yeah,
now?
I said a 6, and then what would you give it?
I think I'd go with a 6 too. I think a 6. Now I haven't seen it all. Maybe by the time it's over, I'll come up a little bit. But right now, I'm staying at a 6.
Yeah, same here.
And we are really excited. The movie this week that we're going to review is Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Did I say that right?
Yeah,
Quantumania.
Okay. We practiced this before the show.
Quite the word.
It's a tongue twister for sure.
And I think it's called Quantumania because obviously most of this movie takes place in the quantum realm, or in the quantum world, as they call it in this movie. And this movie is meant to kick off Marvel's Phase 5. It's hard to believe we're on the 5th phase already. Holy cow. So, lots of movies.
Yeah, it is a lot of movies to keep up with. It's kind of hard to wrap your head around how long they've been doing this. It's what was it, 2004, something like that?
A long time.
Came out?
Yep.
Yeah. This movie, going back to the original Ant-Man, that movie was hilarious.
It was hilarious. I agree.
It was Michael Pena's character stood out in that movie. And
And
this
the first two. And Michael
yeah.
Michael Pena's not in this
And he's
one.
not in this
No.
one, which is disappointing. I was really looking forward to seeing him again reprising that role because his comedy in that movie was amazing. But this movie,
It's basically the Langs and the Van Dynes, the two families,
mm-hmm.
get pulled into this quantum realm. And I feel like the primary purpose of this movie is to introduce you to the new big Marvel bad guy, Kang the Conqueror, going forward. And it sets you up that Kang the Conqueror is apparently going to be a bad guy in a lot of movies to come. Because there's, I don't know if it's a spoiler to give it away, but apparently there's many different versions of Kang the Conqueror.
Well, they explain that in Loki. If you've seen Loki, you've seen Kang the Conqueror at the end of that. He's
Jonathan Majors. I think Jonathan Majors is a terrific star. He's done a lot of great things. He's everywhere right now. He just was in a movie called Devotion, which I haven't seen yet.
I have not.
I do want to see it. It's about the Korean War. He's going to be in Creed 3. Did you ever watch Lovecraft Country?
Yes.
He was in Lovecraft Country. I liked him.
Yeah, that was an amazing show.
So, yeah,
I wonder if they're going to bring that back.
That was a really good show. I think it was canceled.
It was canceled?
So,
okay.
Yeah. But so he's been around. He's been around for a while, and he's doing some good things. But obviously, he's being set up nicely to take over this role as the new big baddie instead of Thanos. It's going to be Kang.
Kang the Conqueror. Yeah.
Kang. So, but Paul Rudd, I mean, he is amazing. I mean, to me, Paul Rudd carries this movie. He's a. I don't think he originally started as a comedic actor, but he is a great comedic actor. I thought it was very interesting. We were prior thinking of all the Paul Rudd movies and things he's been in.
Which is too many to count.
Yeah, it is. I would have thought that Clueless was his very first movie. And then I found out that he actually had a lot of bit parts in TV and movies before Clueless. Mm-hmm. And he actually used to go, he was like a Chad Michael Murray or Jan Michael Vincent. He actually used to be Paul Stephen Rudd.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know.
He was a three-namer. He was a
three-namer. When did he cut that out?
For Clueless.
For Clueless. Okay.
Yeah. So for Clueless, he became Paul Rudd. And then obviously he was in Friends and so many things. But now Ant-Man, and he's also the new Ghostbusters franchise now.
Right.
So
yeah, the list goes on for that guy. He's in everything.
But do you agree with that? You feel like his character kind of...
The whole movie, it just seems kind of muted and dull. They try to add some comedy in it, but if you haven't probably seen the ratings as well, I think it's tied for like last place or the lowest scored Marvel movie with the Eternals. And I kind of have to agree with a lot of the people actually commenting on that because I kind of found myself almost falling asleep in parts of it. It wasn't exciting for me. It seemed like a big light show. But yeah, it kind of, maybe because it's setting up the story for the next phase of Marvel. Maybe that's why it was so slow for me. But yeah,
I enjoyed it. I mean, I think really I didn't enjoy Eternals.
Yeah.
And the other one for me, I'm not really a big Doctor Strange fan, so some of those are kind of strange for me. Mm-hmm. But I enjoyed it. I don't think it was by far it was probably my least favorite of the three Ant-Man movies, but it was still definitely entertaining. I would still say go see it. It's a family-friendly movie.
Oh yes, of course.
I would say probably 4 out of 5 for a family-friendly, or 3 out of 5.
I'd probably say 4 out of 5. Yeah. I mean, Marvel movies have always been family movies. There is a few curse words in it though, from Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
He says a few curse words in the movie, but overall, it's average Marvel. So you could definitely take your kids to see this movie.
And I mean, a great cast. He said Michael Douglas. You've got Michelle Pfeiffer. You've got Evangeline Lilly. You've got Bill Murray. Bill Murray pops up in this one. So I think I would have rather have had Michael Pena. Yes. But Bill Murray was in this one. Corey Stoll came back. He was in the first Ant-Man. He plays that one character that I really didn't care for. The initials. MODOK.
Oh, MODOK.
Yeah. What does that stand for again?
Something about murdering something or other.
I thought it was a mechanism of destruction or something.
I was aware of the character, so I knew what it was when it came out, but I didn't know that it was an acronym for something. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, if you've seen it, you know what we're talking about again.
Right,
so.
Right. That for me, that character for me, I was like, what is this thing?
Yeah,
so that I would agree on that. That was bad. I do have to say, though, I was really impressed with Katherine Newton. She plays the daughter. She plays Cassie Lang. Mm-hmm. And she, obviously, they've grown her up, to make her be probably the new generation of Avengers, I'm guessing, down the road. Right. But she, she came from Pokemon and Big Little Lies. And if you haven't seen it, Katherine Newton is in a movie that I love called Freaky. Did you ever see Freaky? It's a Freaky Friday spin take where she switches bodies with Vince Vaughn, but Vince Vaughn is a serial killer. So
I wanted to see that, but I didn't get a chance
for
to.
me, it is probably
Yeah.
the best Freaky Friday type movie out there. So she's the cheerleader that switches places with the serial killer.
Yeah.
So she does a great job in that. So I'm glad to see her pop up in this, and she does do a good job. I think she has to. I'm glad she does because basically Stephen and Cassie Lang are your main characters in this, and I think going forward she's going to probably try to carry the Ant-Man and Wasp franchise moving forward too.
Yeah, I wonder what they're going to do with the whole franchise itself because a lot of these actors are kind of aging out of their characters. I mean, they've been doing it for so long now that we're going to probably be introduced to a lot of new characters that we're not familiar with, like because they're going to probably get rid of Thor and the Hulk and, Iron Man's out now. And Guardians is done now.
Well, Guardians has one more. So the next one coming out is Guardians. I guess that's going to be their swan song. And then I believe after that it's going to be the new Marvels, which I don't think you watched it, but I watched the new Miss Marvel on the Disney Channel with the young girl.
No, I have not.
It's actually pretty good. And I'm kind of excited about that one because I think her with Brie Larson, I think they're going to be a good team. So I'll be curious to see. But I agree with you. They're obviously trying to bring in these younger characters, older characters, either killing them off or sending them out to pasture.
Yeah.
So these younger characters can come in and hopefully lead this new group of Avengers. But I would agree. I don't think it was horrible, but it definitely wasn't my favorite Marvel movie.
Right.
And hey,
Yeah.
I'm the Marvel fan right here.
So here we go.
So rating wise, what do you think?
I would give it probably a 6 out of 10. Yeah, even 5. Really,
You got to settle on one.
I'm gonna go 5.
Oh man,
I'm gonna go down a notch.
Oh, he's
to
going
5.
down. Okay.
Yeah, this movie was kind of falling flat for me, like I said before, but maybe they'll pick it up in later movies.
I'm going to be a little more optimistic. I'm going to say 7 out of 10.
Okay.
And that's because I just think overall Marvel does a really good job of developing these characters. And even if this wasn't the best movie, that what they're doing is building for what's going to come. And the payoff, hopefully, we'll see in the next movies to come. So
yeah, they've introduced characters, like Guardians that nobody was really familiar with, and now they are a household name. So
Groot, I am Groot.
Yeah, so maybe they'll do something with these new characters that are coming in as well. I really know. Fingers crossed. But I'm sure that there might be some fatigue out there for some of the superhero stuff, but we'll find out.
Yeah, and let us know what you think. And also, I would be very curious to find out what your favorite Marvel movie is of all time. There's quite a few of them out there. So let us know what your favorite Marvel movie is, as I just choke on another piece of popcorn.
Thanks for sticking with us to the end of the show. We really appreciate you guys watching us and following us through this journey that we're on. And amazingly, we've gotten our last episode's got a lot of extra views we were not counting on and a lot of subscribers. So yeah, help us continue to grow the channel.
Yeah. Tell your family and friends about it as well.
Yeah, sure.
We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.
Yeah. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Bye, guys.